Hello everyone, this is Dr. B. Mahalakshmi, Assistant Professor, Department of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science. Today I am going to give a presentation about the topic Introductions to Deep Learning in the course of Deep Learning. Subject code is AD 3501 for the third year, 5th semester. Course objectives are: first one, to understand and need and principles of deep neural networks. Second one, to understand CNN and RNN architectures of deep neural networks, that is convolutional neural networks and recurrent neural network. These are the types of the deep neural networks. These architectures they are going to learn in the second unit. And third one is to comprehend advanced deep learning models. And finally, they learn the evaluation metrics for deep learning models. So these are the objectives for the deep learning course. And course outcomes are: once they completed the unit 1, students can understand about the basics in the deep neural networks, and in the second unit topics are framed based on this outcomes. After finishing the second unit, students they know what is convolutional neural networks, how it will work for the image processing. And the third one is apply the recurrent neural network. It's nothing but this is another kind of the deep learning network. These recurrent neural network, especially this one, it is used for the text analysis. So in the third unit they are going to learn what is RNN, what are the different types are there in the RNN, how it will work, and how that model analyze the text. So these are the concepts only they are going to learn in the third unit. And fourth unit they are going to concentrate on the model evaluation, each types of the deep learning models, how it evaluate or how it predict the how it predict the outcomes. These concepts only they are going to learn in the unit 4. So the model will be evaluated based on the accuracy, precision, recall. So these performance metrics is only they are going to learn in unit 4. And fifth unit, they are going to learn advanced concepts of the deep learning methods, nothing but autoencoders and generative models. So these are the outcomes for the course of deep learning. So course outline. So in unit 1, topic is deep network basics, and unit 2 convolutional neural networks, unit 3 recurrent neural network, and unit 4 model evaluation, and unit 5 is autoencoder and generative models. So before we are going to see what are the concepts is there in the deep learning models. So one we are going to see what is deep learning, that is introduction to deep learning. So what is deep learning? Before we are going to know what is deep learning, we have to know what is AI and what is machine learning, because the deep learning is machine learning is a subset of AI, deep learning is a subset of ML. So before we are going to see what is deep learning, they have to know what is AI and what is ML. So that one only we are going to see now. So so why this deep learning getting this much of boom nowadays means only three important concepts are there. First one is large amount of data. Nowadays there is a large amount of the data are available. And next one is super fast processing units. Nowadays we have the TPU and GPU. The TPU is nothing but tensor processing unit and graphics processing unit. This tensor processing unit is nothing but a tensor is nothing but it is a grid of the matrix. So n number of the matrix, large amount of the numbers they can take at once, and it processes it. So super fast processing unit is a help to improve the advantages of the deep learning models. And next one is vast memory storage. Nowadays we have more virtual storage capabilities are there to store our data. So these three important features help to improve the deep learning concept. So first one is large amount of the data, and second is super fast processing unit, and third one is vast memory storage. So I told you already, before we are going to see what is deep learning, we have to know what is artificial intelligence. The name itself saying it is artificial, but it is intelligent one. So it is nothing but it make a system to think like human. So artificial intelligence is essential about making a computer to think like humans. So here we are not doing explicitly programming. Here that AI system just like what human we doing. So based on that, with these concept will perform by using by learning from the data. So artificial intelligence is essential about making a computer to think like human. It creating the machine that can learn to solve the problem and make a decision like how our human beings are how we people are learning from the data. Likewise here the system also they will think by giving the data. So this AI learn from the data and improve the performance over the time. So next one, machine learning. So artificial intelligence, it make a system to learn like a human. This machine learning is a branch of the AI that focus on developing the system that can learn from the data without any explicit programming. It's nothing but it is a subset of AI. It analyze the data, identify the patterns and make the predictions or decision based on the data without any explicit programming. So this is what machine learning, it's a branch of artificial intelligence. Now we come to the deep learning. Deep learning is a subfield of machine learning that use artificial neural networks. It's nothing but it mimic the human brain. So deep learning is a subfield of the machine learning that uses the artificial neural networks. It's nothing but contain the multiple layers. It's what deep neural network. So that only we are saying that name is deep neural network. Using this deep neural network, we can analyze the data and learn the complex pattern. So this deep learning is inspired. This network is designed or inspired by the structure of the function of the human brain and can automatically extract the features from the data and making them particularly useful for the task like image recognition, natural language processing and speech recognition. So now let me see what is BNN and ANN. BNN is another biological neural network and artificial neural networks. So here in the biological neural network, we have the dendrites, like dendrites. I already told this deep neural network, it mimic the human brain architectures. So here in this biological neural network, we have the dendrites. Likewise, here in the artificial neural networks, we have input neurons, and here we have this here axon. It does act like a in this biological neural network we have the axon. Here this one is an activation function. Based on that we are giving the output. So these are the comparison we what we have compared with the biological neural network with artificial neural network. So some definition that comparison terms. So definition, this artificial neural network, computer based network, it inspired by the human brain. Here in biological neural network, it actually the networks of neurons in the living organisms. So neurons here, each neurons is considered as a node. How it will work based on the mathematical functions. But here in the biological neural networks, biological brain cell, that are real neurons, it does help to make a man to think. And here learning method, here we have algorithms like backpropagation, gradient descent. These are the things we have in this artificial neural networks. Here it is based on by the nature, and the speed is very fast. The artificial neural network is very fast in the computation. Millions of operations they can perform per seconds. Here this much slower compared with the artificial neural network, and flexibility limited to the specific task. This will handle the multiple tasks, and fault tolerance is a less fault tolerance error crush system. But here in BNN is a high fault tolerance. An example for artificial neural networks is ChatGPT, deep learning models, Alexa. These are the applications we have in this artificial neural network. And for the biological neural network, we know all human being brains and animal. And this is what the basic architecture diagram for deep neural network. So here in this deep neural network, we have the input neurons and this hidden layer. This is what are playing the very important role in the deep neural networks. This deep hidden layer will be vary based on the task. So if it is a complex task which we are performing, then the deep layer will be increased, number will be increased, and based on this hidden layer will predict the output. So this is what the basic architecture for the deep neural network. We have the input layer, hidden layer and output layer. So here this back propagation is nothing but, suppose this a model is predicted the wrong value, again it will go back and will adjust the weight and it will evaluate once again and it will predict the new values. So that going back and processing, no, that is called as what? Back propagation. So here in this deep neural network architectures, three layers are very important one. These are input layer, hidden layer and output layer. And one. So now we know what is artificial intelligence, what is machine learning and what is deep learning. So artificial intelligence is nothing but it enables the system to think like a human, and in the machine learning it's a subset of AI. So it using these algorithms with ability to learn without being any explicit programming, and the advance of the machine learning is nothing but the deep learning. It mimics the human brain nature, that is nothing but artificial neural network. Using this ANN, artificial neural network, we can learn from the vast amount of the data and predict the correct output. So is for best difference between the machine learning and deep learning. Suppose our data set is in the structure format, that is we have the data in the form of the table, then we can use the machine learning to predict the output. For an example, suppose if you want to find out the particular user or the particular person is affected by the particular disease, if our data set is in the form of the structures, for an example, name, what is the age and what is the sugar level and what is the BP level, these are the features only we received from the particular person, that is it is there in the form of the structured. Then we go for the machine learning. The machine learning algorithm itself, we can predict the correct output. Suppose our data set is in the form of the images, or that is what unstructured format. Instead of the table format, we have the data set in the form of the image or in the form of this voice, then we prefer the deep learning models. So these deep learning model, it will work nicely and it will predict the output by using this deep learning feature learning concept. So this is what the different we have, what is AI, ML and deep learning. So basic difference diagram only is there. What is the difference between machine learning and deep learning? So here in the machine learning, it need the learning engineer to predict the features. What are the features are there in the input? But here in the deep learning, the feature learning process is there. That is what convolutional layer. Using that layer itself, it will predict what are the features are there in the given images. So this is what the advantage we have compared to the machine learning. So here in this machine learning, it will give the data, and using this machine learning engineer or as a data scientist, we can extract what are the features are there in the data. After that only it will classify by using the machine learning model and it will predict the output. But here in the deep learning model, itself, it will predict the features, even though whether the features are the abstract features, that is high level features or low level features, what are the features are there in the given data, it will predict by using this deep neural network architecture itself. This is what the advantage. Simple concept, our data set is in the form of the structure, will prefer machine learning. Our data set is in the form of the unstructured data, then we'll go for the deep learning model. So why we need, what is feature engineering? The feature engineering is nothing but instead of transferring the raw data to a model, before itself we will predict, or sorry, we will extract the important features alone from the raw data and will give that features data only we are going to give to the model. So our accuracy will automatically increase. So this feature engineer is playing a very important role in the deep learning. It's a process of selecting, transforming or creating the most relevant variable known in the data. That is, features is nothing but, for example, if you are giving the face as an input to the model, before you are going to give the raw data to the model, we are extracting the features from the face data. It's nothing but eyes, nose, what is the difference between the lips and the nose, and these are the concept, or eyebrows. So the important features they are going to extract from the face image. For example, if you are giving the fingerprint, instead of giving the raw data to the data model, we can extract what are the features, where is the ridges is there, and then the ridge where the loop is present, and where the loop is divided into two. So these are hidden oriented features we are extracting by using this feature engineering concept, that feature descriptor concept. Using that algorithm, feature descriptor algorithm, we are extracting the hidden as well as the low level features from the raw data. After that only we are going to give that features data alone to the model. So automatically our data our model accuracy will be increased and it will give the correct output. So that one, this is the feature engineering is playing a very important role in deep learning. So here these are the advantages for the importance of feature engineering. First one, transform raw data into the meaningful inputs and reduce the model complexity, because if we are giving the raw data to the model, our computational speed will be decreased, as well as it need more memory to save our raw data. Instead of giving the raw data, we extract the features alone, that features informations alone we are giving the model, then it automatically reduce the model complexity. These are the advantages is there for the feature. And some applications for the deep learning networks. First one is automatic speech recognition. So we all know very well about the Google and then Alexa. So these applications, how it working, is based on the deep learning concept. So it is used by the millions of the peoples worldwide. So here these audio applications are also used for the text to speech, audio classification, voice activity detection. So these kinds of the applications is working because of this deep network concept. And another one is translation. Everyone, we know about the translation in Google Translation, whether if you want to translate from one language to the another language. So these also working based on the deep learning concept. And biomedical, here the deep learning, it's playing very important role in the biomedical medicine side. And using this images, the scanned image of the particular patient, it detect whether the particular patient suffered by the cancer or any other disease, we can automatically detect by using this deep learning concept. So in this field, this deep learning is playing very important role nowadays. So these are the applications we have in the deep learning. So this is what just I gave the overview about what is artificial intelligence and what is machine learning and what is deep learning, and how it mimic the human brain by using the comparisons of what is biological neural network and artificial neural network. And I explained only the what is feature engineering, why it's playing very important role in the deep learning. So these are the concept only we saw in this presentation, and remaining let me see in the later. Thank you.